So this is the second piece of the video, starting with problem 7. It says that Yvonne found out that after working for 9 months, she had earned 6 days of vacation. So again, I would encourage you to look at the document from class. There were actually a lot of ways presented on how to do this problem, but I thought to myself, 9 months. She earned 6 days of vacation. You could also think to yourself, I earned 6 days in 9 months. So how many days per month do I actually earn? Well, simplifying this fraction, going by 3, I learned that I earn 2/3 of a day per month. This is the idea of using a unit rate, which is very useful in this case. If I'm earning 2/3 of a day in 1 month, how many days do I earn in 12 months? 2/3 times 12, or 12 times 2/3, tells me that I earn 8 days in a year. Again, I would encourage you to look at the document online. It has other ways to solve this problem. Let's look at question 8. 8 talks about the teacher to student ratio being 1 to 30. So if I have teachers to students at 1 to 30, and I know that I have 1,200 students, how many teachers must I have? Well, I can use scale up, scale down here. This is times 40, so this must be times 40. And I know that I actually have 40 teachers right now. But I don't want the ratio to be 1 to 30. I want it to be 1 to 20. I'm not changing the number of students that I have, so I have to change the number of teachers that I have. In order to make it 1 to 20, I need 60 teachers. So this question is asking me, how many additional teachers must be hired? It's the difference between 60 and 40, so I must hire 20 additional teachers. Let's go ahead and look at question 9. This says the German class consisted of 1/4 freshmen, 1/5 sophomores, 1/10 juniors. So freshmen, sophomores, juniors. And now I know that there are 9 seniors. It doesn't tell me what fraction of the class this is, but it does tell me that these are the fractions for freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. I know if I add up all of the students, I must get one complete class. So I know that 1/4 plus 1/5 plus 1/10 plus however much this fraction is must give me one complete class. In order to add fractions, I get common denominators, and the common denominator here was 20. This is 2 20s, 4 20s, and 5 20s, and then some unknown amount of 20ths. When I add these up, I get 11 out of 20 plus some unknown amount out of 20, and that must equal 1, which is 20 over 20. It seems pretty clear here that this missing number is a 9. That 9 out of 20 of the students are seniors. Guess what? There are 9 seniors. That must mean there are 20 total students. How about question 10? This is maybe another chance for us to use some ratios. It says 3/4 of a cup of sugar gives us 1 gallon of punch. So here's 3/4 of a cup of sugar per gallon, but I have 2 cups of sugar. How many gallons can I make? I'm going to use cross products here, and I get 3/4 times x equals 2 times 1. Solving this requires me to divide both sides by 3/4, and we know that if we divide a whole number by a fraction, we simply put the first whole number over 1 and then flip the second. This gives me 8/3, but it's probably easier to answer this in terms of a mixed number. So this is 2 2/3 gallons of punch. Number 11 talks about 2/3 of the students being female, but 2/5 of those are blonde. So I'm saying 2/5 of 2/3, which sure sounds like a multiplication problem. So 4/15 is the fraction that describes the number of blonde females. If you look at our document from class, we did show this as a multiplication area model. And we said if we have 2/3, and I think we did that in purple, and then we said take 2/5 of the 2/3, and I believe I did that one in pink. So now I divided it into fifths in this direction, so I'm going to take 2 of those fifths. I can see that this answer is 1, 2, 3, 4 out of a 3 by 5 grid, so it's 4/15. Finally, we talk a little bit about golfing, and you don't have to know anything about golfing to be able to answer this question. We were given a total number of holes that were golfed. So we were given that the total is equal to 18. So maybe I represent that with actually 18 objects. So it says that on half of these, they shot above par. So I'm looking for half of 18, which of course is 9. So let's go ahead and check that. I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that represents half of my 18. And then it says on a third of 18 again, they shot below par, and 1/3 of 18 is 6. So now I've got another 6 here taken away. Then it says on the rest of the holes, they shot par. Well, the rest of them represents 3. So on how many was the rest? How many holes were the rest? 3 holes. So again, I separated this into 2 videos. I hope that this was helpful to you. Feel free to go ahead and send me an email, and you and I can sit down and we'll talk about these individually if you have any questions.